WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey Kovalev, will be defending his title against Anthony Yarde. But before we start, thank you again for your support. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe and like this video so you don't miss the latest boxing news. Well, Sergey Kovalev, 33-3 with 1 draw and 28 knockouts. He is now 36 years old of age and still trying to defend his legendary status against undefeated fighter in his prime, Anthony Yarde. And I got nothing but to take my hat off and respect Kovalev for what he's doing, because there's not a few old champions out there that are willing to face the younger upcoming fighters. Now, with all that being said, let's actually break this fight down. Anthony Yarde is a rising star from the UK. A lot of people got a lot of hope about him. The hype is all over him, and he really needs to show to all the fans that he is gonna be next in the light heavyweight division. But he does not have an easy task in front of him. I will say that Anthony Yarde hasn't been in the ring with nobody of the status of Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev is the #1 light heavyweight champion of the world. Not only that, when he was not the #1, he was facing the #1. So that tells you right there that Kovalev has always been a fighter that's willing to fight the best out there. We know Anthony Yarde is on tremendous condition and comes to the ring with a fantastic 18-0 with 17 knockouts. He is straight up in his prime as he goes to this fight with 28 years old. But even though he is in his prime, I really believe that the lack of experience will affect him in a fight against Sergey Kovalev. I mean, let's be clear. Anthony Yarde got a hell of a right hand, and he can throw that right hand in all sort of ways. So he got all sort of right, like the straight right, that right hook, that right uppercut, which he uses very well in the inside. But if Kovalev decides to box and move in the ring like he actually does, that he does very well, then I believe that he will neutralize that right hand from Anthony Yarde. And I haven't really seen him throwing any meaningful lefts. He barely throws to the body. He is a headhunter, and when he decides to play with the shoulder roll, sometimes he is effective, but sometimes he doesn't. And I must mention you that he has never fought at this level before. We do not know if his shoulder roll and defense technique of that sort of caliber will work against a veteran like Sergey Kovalev. We must remember that Sergey Kovalev has been there with the greatest of that division, which is Hopkins and Ward, and those guys are notorious for using the very same tools that Anthony Yarde is planning to use, but without experience. Now, does Anthony Yarde has a chance to win? Well, absolutely yes. He is 28 years old. He has 18 victories with 17 stoppage. We all know Kovalev has been stopped before. Either was to a head punch or to a body punch. He has been stopped before, but Yarde is gonna have to use different tools that we haven't seen yet from him. He's gonna have to use his boxing ability. He's gonna have to use his inside game, and not only that, because he has shown that he's gonna have to last until the 12th round. Because if Kovalev decides to use his distance, his jab, and all his tools, then it's not gonna be an easy fight for Anthony Yarde. If Anthony Yarde is thinking that this is gonna be a slugfest, well, I gotta wake you up with a slap, because it's not gonna happen. Kovalev is 36, and I'm expecting Kovalev to use his skills and not get dropped or knocked out in his turf Russia, then you will know who to expect to win this fight. But hey, it will be very interesting if Anthony Yarde can pull this off and become a superstar overnight. I would love to see Canelo's reaction if he would dare to face somebody like Anthony Yarde in his prime if he gets to defeat Sergey Kovalev. Ultimately, I believe that Sergey Kovalev will be victorious in his match against Anthony Yarde. I think the experience will play a big toll, and not only that, but we all know that Sergey Kovalev got a big paycheck ahead of him if he gets to defeat Anthony Yarde. Thank you for watching.